I haven't got time to mark this motherfucker. Here we go again. We can't hear anybody. Nobody can talk to anybody.
You guessed it, Pressure Points, with your two favorite hosts. I'm D, and this is my Sam's Club aficionado, AJ. We're coming at you with Season 6, Episode 12, Doumer and the Hanoi Rat Hack. We're taking it back to the early 20th century in Vietnam, so strap in and let's get to it. Find us on Instagram at @PointsOPressure.
Well, turn the fucking thing off, you dumbass.
Fantastic. You've been hitting it off on those intros.
I have. I think I've had like one or two in the last, like this season that have been like,
No, you've been hitting them.
Getting there, man. It only took 6 seasons and over 100 episodes for me to figure the fuck out what I was doing.
Yeah, but I'm Sam's Club aficionado.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
AJ. Well, you're second screen D.
Yeah,
we
dude.
upgraded the office.
Yeah,
well, you upgraded the office.
Yeah, I don't know what it is this week I've had. I think it's because
the sun is out.
The sun hasn't been out. It's been so
today,
fucking bad.
It was
it was
good.
So snowy.
I've been out early all this week doing school shit.
No,
so I get the early morning sun.
So fucking dark. But no, I've just been like getting shit done. I fixed our bathroom door.
Damn.
So you don't even have to like lift it up anymore. Just
damn. That was my security system.
Yeah,
that was my excuse for you to knock on the door and see me with my butthole gaped.
That was when you knew to look through the toilet fucking peephole.
Oh, the toilet peephole. Yeah, that I installed between our bathrooms.
Funk, funk, funk. You'd be like,
it's time to look.
It's peephole time. Got that fixed. Fucking oiled up the door. I shoveled a bunch of fucking snow. Yeah.
Dude, that happened to me last week. I was just like, I woke up at like 9 a.m., which is super early for me. Yeah. And I was like, I don't feel like I need to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And like we moved offices over because my wife's working from home now. And I did a fuckload of shit.
Good.
And it hasn't, I haven't... we're bipolar. I haven't gotten back down into the depressive phase yet. We're still manic.
Yeah.
We're still manic.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't know what it is, but
just
feeling
just
good.
A little kick in the pants, yeah. I think a lot of it is just like the knowledge that winter is out and spring is on its way.
Oh, yeah. This is when I start throwing everything away.
Yeah.
Drives my wife crazy, but...
it's fair.
But I've done like 4 garbage bags and like 4 pieces of furniture already. I'm just itching to throw more shit away.
Oh, shit. But yeah, it's been a good couple of days since we recorded 2 days ago.
Oh, shit. That was so recent.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 days ago, I think. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like 11:30 when we stopped. That's close enough.
Yeah, it's fair. But yeah, so it's been a good week. We're recording this one a little bit early, so if anything,
which is weird.
If anything monumental happens over the weekend and we miss it, and it was like Saturday, sorry about it.
Sorry,
I'm out of town. But
the world stops for D's vacation.
Yeah,
nothing's gonna happen while you're gone.
Yeah. I'm so fucking ready.
We're so jealous.
I know.
We'll
get you out of here. Yeah, we'll get you out of here soon.
But just out of spite, we're gonna try to go to. I mean, by the time this is out, it'll be done. But on Sunday, we're hoping to go out to the desert, maybe shoot some guns.
Yeah, shit, dude. New car, going crazy.
New car. Let's go shoot it up in the desert.
Fuck yeah.
Blow up the car.
Shoot the fucking tires.
Shoot the tires out.
I was sitting down here the other day. Or actually, I was asleep.
In this room?
No.
Okay.
No. I was asleep and my phone rang. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was my boss because I was like, oh, shit, I'm on the clock. I'd been asleep for like 2 hours. It's like, oh, fuck. So, like, get up, run in here. I don't have any messages. And I was like, what the fuck? Hang up. And then, like, a minute later, I get a voicemail, and it was from the loan guy that was like, oh, hey, can you return my call? He listed you as a reference. I was like, oh, okay, fuck yeah. And I totally forgot to do it until today.
I mean, they approved me without it.
Yeah, I know. They approved you like it's like I said, he called me on fucking Monday.
I filled out those references when I was in there buying the
Yeah,
car.
I know. Like, the car was here
Yeah.
when I got that voicemail, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So I call him back today, and he's like, so how do you know AJ? And I was like, oh, fuck, what did he put me down as?
I put you down as friend.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I've worked with him for years. He was
That
like,
perfect.
He's like, that'll do. Have a good day. I was like, what the fuck was the point of that
Okay,
call?
so let me tell you. I did a program. I have a lot of student loans. I have too much debt, buying a house and all this
It's
shit.
fucking 2023. Who
credit
doesn't?
score, yeah. Credit score is okay, but banks are really shitty about lending out money right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go with dealer financing as much as I could because shit interest rates, no matter what. So I tried a couple things, went to this program, and it's basically for people who, if you just don't want your credit checked at all, like they did not check my credit.
Damn, really?
Yeah, and it's just like used cars. I got a 2010, but it works great.
Yeah.
Like
Finance
it's in great
Bros
condition.
hit mute so that we
Yeah.
don't have to get a fucking lecture from you in our DMs
But
this week.
basically, the whole thing was like you have to have references, and you have to have a stable place to live.
Oh, okay.
Because if I don't make a payment, they just shut the car down and then repo it. Like
What the fuck?
it has low jack in it.
Oh, okay.
So and they just like because they'll do everything they can before repoing it. Like the idea is, single mothers or people who are between jobs or shit like that who need transport but can't buy a new car.
I didn't even know that
It's
like,
super
existed.
cool. So yeah, if you're in Utah and you need help, I'll give you my real name to get the referral because they give you $200.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
If you're visiting,
if
you
you're
just
visiting and you need a car,
you need an address to list, and it can get shut off in 3 days.
hell yeah. No, but
we'll hook you up for $200.
yeah, it's just like you need a stable place to live, you need income,
Oh, okay.
and you need like a stable income, and you need a bunch of references.
Huh.
So I just filled out the specific people that they wanted, and they just verified that the number and the person is real. And then if I don't pay and they can't get in contact with me, they shut the car down, but then they start calling down the list saying, hey, D, do you know where AJ is? Like,
I see. Okay.
is he safe? Is he alive?
Yeah,
like,
but really, they're like, where's our fucking money?
well, that too.
That's fair.
But it's a 13-year-old car.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's the biggest
Yeah,
deal
they're not.
if it gets
they're-
fucked
yeah,
up. But
yeah, it disappears. They're not out $45,000 kind of thing.
yeah, but it works.
That's cool.
Decent interest rate, good payments.
Solid.
3-year lease. Whoa.
Not bad.
There was something else with it. Oh yeah, only one issue that I've found with the car so far. If it's too cold, the radio doesn't work.
Huh.
I think there's a short
Yeah.
where if it gets cold, metal contracts.
Yeah.
So if
The
it's too
rubber,
cold, it contracts.
the fucking rubber just pulls just far enough away.
far enough away to not connect, and then when it heats up, because I just turned on the heater, and after a minute, it started working again.
Huh.
So I think it's re-expanding the wire, making
That's
it touch.
funny. That's goofy.
And I'm not gonna fix it.
yeah, no, fuck that.
Fuck that. Maybe in 3
nice
years
little
we'll
quirk.
see.
Yeah.
Probably not, but we'll see. 3 years I should be in more debt and actually paying off my student loans.
Who knows?
We'll
Maybe
see.
by then we'll have 12 Patreon subscribers.
Dude. Please tell your friends to
Yeah.
subscribe to Patreon. I need to make these car payments.
Yeah, extra episode every month. I'm gonna sell you before the
Yeah,
episode starts,
'cause,
so you guys
I mean,
can't
everybody
fucking
shuts it
skip
off
this.
after,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't skip this part.
Do
Extra
not
episode
skip
per
ahead.
month. We have a bunch of sloppy seconds that are on there.
Bunch of extra stuff.
AJ has his Voices series.
I'm almost
and
done
you
with
get
one.
called out at the end of the episode, even though, I mean, if you didn't know about any of this stuff, you're already skipping the end of the episode.
Which is mean.
But now you
Sometimes
can
we
listen.
do funny stuff.
Now you can listen all the way through to hear your cool Patreon name. So
But yeah, you know,
check us out on there. And it
help
supports us.
help me make my car
Yeah.
payments.
And,
I
we're
mean,
planning on sending something out to
we are
our
in
subscribers
during
in
next
April,
month during
yeah.
April.
April, you guys will be getting something
Bonus
extra
stuff. So make
special
sure you
for
have your addresses on there. Because if
Yes.
you don't have an address on there, we can't send it to you.
Yeah, even though we know most of you and we can text most of you,
I'm not going
still
to.
make sure your fucking address is on there.
Yeah.
This
I think you-
goes for my girlfriend. She's not going to get one unless her address is on
And
there.
she's, yeah.
We may sleep in the same fucking bed, but I don't know where she lives unless she puts that address in Patreon.
And then we're going to go to the post office and get it sent
yeah.
to our house.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I suppose we should get started. So
It is, we're going to pop back like I said in the intro, it's just before the turn of the 20th century.
That's the best time to be alive.
Oh, I know. And
Child labor.
We're in an occupied section of Vietnam that's run by the French. So we're talking some good old-fashioned 1800s colonialism.
If I know anything about France occupied nations, they run just as well as British occupied nations.
So
and just as good as Spanish, Spain,
top tier
occupied nations.
Pretty much any colonial occupied nation.
Turns out if you're a colony, you're living better than the mainland.
It turned out great every time.
Every time.
So there's a little place called Hanoi, which I'm sure that I'm gonna mispronounce all this.
No, Hanoi
I don't
is correct.
fucking care. Yeah.
You're good. You got
that
one.
I am? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Still around.
I, however, didn't write down what Vietnam was called before they got independence in 1954.
French Vietnam.
It's like Ichabod or something. It's like
you want me to find it?
Yeah, pull it
out.
Okay. So Hanoi is this little village that it really isn't what the French consider an elegant living situation. Because
they're pretentious.
Yeah. France in the 1800s, kind of like, despite going through the fucking revolution, they're bitches. It's considered kind of a dirty and crummy living situation, probably for most people. And France decides to send some military and administrators over to figure out how they're going to make this, like, their approach to this is they want to make it like an Eastern Pacific city of French sophistication and class.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like, they want this to be the Paris in the fucking West, I guess. Like, okay. And the idea is to just start it from the ground up. This place is bare bones. Like, they have a couple temples and, like, a couple little buildings, but it's nothing that's established, I should say.
Did you say beginning of the 20th century?
1880.
So late 1800s.
Yeah.
So late 19th century. Okay, late 19th century, it was called Dynam.
Oh, no. I was thinking of.
In 1839 through 1945, it was Dynam.
Oh.
But 1804 to 1839, it was Vietnam. But before that, it was Dai Viet, Gai Chi, Dai Gu.
Maybe I was just looking at, like,
you're thinking of
Annam? What?
No. Annam?
Yeah, it's all good.
Annam is the 20th century Chinese name.
No, it was probably just like the specific county, I'm guessing,
maybe.
Or something like that.
But apparently the Vietnam itself, the name comes from a 16th century poet.
Huh.
That's cool.
Didn't know that. Interesting. The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe!
How dare you hijack my fucking episode?
Hey, so I'm going to start talking to you about a Polish doctor. That's a sneak peek.
Yeah, that's a sneak peek into
next
April.
week.
So, like I said, their whole idea is to just turn this into like a mecca, more or less.
Yeah,
so
they're going to turn it into like new
New Paris. Yeah, literally New Paris.
Yeah.
So they begin tearing down all of these temples that have been built, shops,
thousands of year old temples,
literally fucking town hall,
burning cultural effigies.
Yeah, literally just any building that's standing in their way. They're like, yeah, bring it to the ground. Fuck that thing. And it's like they push these people over into like this lake pond area, more or less. And I mean, this is some good old fashioned colonial fun, man.
Yeah,
like
bulldoze everything original.
Bulldoze and push out the natives. Fucking nice, delightful.
Create a tourist trap in the middle of an otherwise perfectly fine country with its own beliefs and values.
Luckily, they did manage to build a hospital and a cathedral. However,
one of those things is great.
Yeah. However, it's like, I don't know if you guys are aware of how heavily the Christian church was over in Vietnam during this time. But until now, I don't really think it's slid its graces into their community. So, yeah, they've got a cathedral that's basically going to be useless until more French people come over, a hospital that they're probably going to turn the natives away with. And they made the cathedral to look like the Notre Dame.
Nice.
Like, it's basically like a mini Notre Dame.
Well, going back to the hospital, they won't turn the natives away. They'll just force sterilize them without telling them
exactly.
when they go under for a flu shot.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. Exactly what the French would want. So things are moving along pretty nicely at this point. It's got their special wide streets so that you've got all this room for
I mean, I am
little
jealous
carriages and everything. People are starting to own and decorate their homes with European
of that.
goods.
Baguettes and shit.
And our good man of the hour, Paul Doumer, shows up. It's probably Doumer. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to call him Doumer because it sounds
funny.
way fucking better. And because it's fitting for this piece of shit. So, he worked as a minister of finance in France for about a year. And I'm sure that all of you have seen how well the French handle change when it comes to their income or how their situation is set up. He pushes income tax way too hard while he's in France.
Ooh.
And after a year of working as a minister in finance and pushing tax, they go, get the we'll put you over here.
They quasi-exile him?
They,
oh, my God.
They
That's great.
fucking ship him to literally the other side of the world.
They're like, you know what? We're not going to fire you, but...
We won't put you in a guillotine. We'll just put you on the other side of the world,
Yeah.
and you'll just get bitten by some mysterious bug. It's fine. This is what we wanted all along. So, Doumer shows up, and dude is taking this like a fucking, like, he's like, oh, yeah, I've been promoted.
He took it as a promotion?
This is a solid setup
so he's not
for me.
self-aware at all that he just got shit on.
Yeah, well, at the same
Exiled.
time, I guess I can see how it's viewed as a promotion. I'll get into it, but yeah, like his whole thing is, if I can turn this place around, I can go back to France, and they're gonna love me.
Okay. Redemption arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
His idea when he first gets to Hanoi is he's like, we're gonna make this bad boy one of a kind, and his whole focus is he wants to make this like the new capital. He wants to make this the capital of Vietnam.
Wait. So he wants to make it one of a kind, but they're building mini Notre Dames. They probably copy and pasted, reduced size by 50% of just the general hospital in Paris.
100%.
Like, are they gonna create a very unique Eiffel Tower?
it's
like, but it's 60% the size.
It's
like,
it's an Eiffel street lamp.
Yeah.
Takes
all
like
the electricity.
he's just like, his whole focus is we want to make this the capital of Vietnam. We're going to make this the best place to live over here. Okay, Doumer. Like, by all means.
All right, please.
So, he puts so much work into Frenching this shit up. However, the first and most important order of business that Doumer puts into action is he wants to make sure that there's a brand new nice palace for the Governor General.
Oh, of course.
Guess who the Governor General is?
Who?
Old Paulie Doumer. So he comes in and he was like, we're going to French this shit up, and I want myself a real fucking nice place to
Jesus
stay.
Christ. That's like that's like
what a
the
piece
chief
of
of
shit.
police like lobbying that high-ranking police officers should get their housing paid for. Like, there's a huge conflict of interest.
Just after he became the fucking governor.
Yeah, like
that's
that's
what it
huge.
is.
That's the president shouldn't have to pay for housing.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
It's fucking.
Oh shit.
And it's not like the president doesn't have to pay for housing. It's the president will have a palace to live in.
Yeah, gets to build their own palace for life.
So
that's like the president having the best healthcare in the nation forever.
Bro,
oh wait.
Bro.
They fucking do.
The thing is that this place is just a total fucking eye roller. So, it's bright fucking yellow.
Ugh.
It has that like clay roofing. I don't know what clay hatch roofing. I don't know. It's got that all over the top. It has mango trees like strategically placed all over the grounds.
Ooh.
It has an entire grand staircase inside. Like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah, like
there's nothing to do here. Why? It has fancy classical columns, and it even has a carp pond on the
A
grounds.
carp pond?
Yeah,
They're
dude.
They're in Asia,
It
and
is-
they make a carp pond.
It is
Are you
literally-
shitting me? I'm pissed.
It is literally the house it's the photo of the Wikipedia article, French colonial architecture.
Ugh.
I shit you not.
That's
You go to that,
gross.
it's that fucking house.
Ugh.
It's so over the top that not even fucking Ho Chi Minh would live in it for symbolic reasons when Vietnam gained independence. They gained
Yes.
independence, and he looks at this place and he's like, way too gaudy for my taste.
Ew.
It's like, I'm good. So
Goddamn.
after they make their wide streets and line them with fancy broad trees, they start constructing all these buildings so that they're fit for the famous French architecture.
Oh, yeah, the great
Yeah,
French
right.
architecture.
And the big focus now is Doumer sees a sign of civilization as having indoor plumbing.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they get to work laying 9 miles of sewage pipe.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot of work to put that in without
Yeah.
the infrastructure.
Yeah. So they get to work putting in, like I said, 9 fucking miles of sewage. And they deem all of this area as the French Quarter of Hanoi. Now, this is also viewed as a solution to the plumbing is viewed as a solution to fighting cholera, which is fair.
Yeah, you don't.
But
you
that
don't
wasn't
want
what
foam
they
shits.
that wasn't what they had in mind when they put it in. It just happened to also help that other problem. Which, by the way, cholera is what the French brought to Vietnam.
Oh yeah,
So
no. French major cholera carriers. Foam shits.
right. So right next door to the French Quarter is what is called the Native Quarter. And this is where all the ponds and lakes are, and where my assumption is that all of the sewage is basically just pumped out into this area
Pumping
as well.
into their
Yeah, they're
ponds.
like, we have running water in our homes, and it's like, we have your leftover water running into our homes. Thanks. And this area is where most, if not all, of the native Hanoi population live now, after being pushed out of the literal main
everywhere
mecca
else
of Hanoi. Smallpox, syphilis, and there's like a mosquito fever that kind of ran rampant in the native quarter during this time. And basically every time one of those would pop up, all brought by the French, the French they'd be like, oh God, the poors have another disease. And they just put up like another barrier to kind of keep pushing them further and further away.
It's like in zombie games where there's always the edge of the map where it looks like the military checkpoint.
Yeah. And they keep putting up another fence.
Yeah.
But it's like they're bringing it. So it's whatever. Fucking good old colonial French. Now around this time, Doumer has changed his focus after they've gotten everything.
After he got his glorious house.
Yeah, after they've gotten everything built up, and it looks like Walmart France. He starts to focus on the opium trade, as well as I shit you not, their whole thing was they heard about Hanoi and they heard about the silk trade that was going on over there, and they were like, this is like the city of gold, but it's like the city of silk. That was their whole thing. They're like, this is like El Dorado, but El Silco. What the fuck?
El Opiumo?
The French are so stupid about all this.
That's so weird.
Because, there have been all of these import issues where silk is kind of dying during the time. And that's why Doumer had to focus on the opium trade, because silk just, it wasn't working out. They weren't producing nearly as much, and
Well, yeah, it turns out when you bulldoze their entire cultural center, you don't want to work very
It's
much.
hard to
The
find-
French should know that.
It's hard to find silkworms when you've burned down all the fucking trees for your little main street.
God damn.
Which they made 36 square blocks. This like French area.
Holy
it's massive,
shit.
dude. It's fucking huge. So yeah, he hops on the opium trade, and it kind of starts to rocket Hanoi's economy to the moon. He brings in more and more trade as a result of this increased economy. But what's happened is the smaller workers, like the small companies, who the fuck would have thought that this would happen? Small companies can't afford the tax that Mr. Doumer has implemented because he's able to
The
fucking
income
run
tax
everything.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aren't able to afford it, and so it pushes a lot of these workers out of the industry, and they have to go to trade jobs.
Jesus.
They've got to start working in the native quarter, doing whatever they can to survive at home. I don't know, shoveling shit for a living off your front porch. So as is with most quote unquote solutions to a small town problem, additional problems tend to arise.
Like increasing the opium trade.
Well-
and then everybody gets on opium.
You know, surprisingly, opium isn't really a factor the rest of this episode.
Wow.
Opium is really just what brings more people
It just brings
here,
it in.
and then it also drives more into poverty, which is kind of
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It kind of sets everything up for the rest of this. So, the big issue that they're starting to run into, that the French are getting really upset about, is that the sewers that they've created have kind of become a shelter and a home for rats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes a ton of sense. And you think that, like, with the bubonic
Who
plague,
would've
the French
thought?
would have had a fucking idea as to what
Yeah.
rats can do in a system.
You think they know anything about rats?
Yeah.
They are rats.
Doumer was like, they don't have rats in Vietnam. Total fucking idiot. So,
Well,
the
I've never
sewer-
seen one here. Let's build a sewer.
yeah, right. The thing is, the sewer it acts as a form of protection against the predators that the rats normally have to deal with. And I mean, it's like a nice little fucking drive-through for your kitchen. Like,
Ooh.
they have fast food. These rats
Yeah,
have fucking
wow.
they can pop up out of your toilet, which is what's happening. They're popping up out of the toilets. They're grabbing shit off the shelves, and then they're just heading straight back down in the sewer.
Nice. That's gonna do great for all those poor people.
Yeah, it's despite trying to set up a sewer, Doumer managed to set up an efficient rat route for fast
he
food.
created a highway for
Fucking
rats
DoorDash for rats.
with
Fucking God.
with DoorDash.
So, yeah, now that cholera is going away, the bubonic plague is starting to rear its dirty fucking
Yeah, no way.
dirty
You mean
head.
mice from the sewer running around your house is spreading disease?
Cases are starting to pop up.
Wow.
Not so much in the French quarter, but obviously more in the native quarter. So France is like, like, it's not a huge problem for us, but it doesn't look good on paper when we're trying to make this the capital.
No way.
Mind you, 40 years earlier, so like 1845, I think, China dealt with the Black Plague and had like 12 to 15 million fucking deaths during
Holy
this
shit.
thing.
Yeah.
It's been discovered, obviously, at this point, that it travels on the fleas that are on the rats. So everybody knows rats are the problem when it comes to the plague. And everyone knows if you have a huge rat problem, you're going to have the bubonic plague. You're going to have deaths. And it's a very fucking hard thing to stop. Because to get rid of rats, you have to get rid of all of the fucking rats to stop the bubonic plague.
They're like raccoons. They just multiply.
Yeah, it's fucking bad. And when they have these small, like, we're not talking like sewage tunnels in like New York where a train used to run through it. These are like man-sized holes that they sent one person through that dug a hole for the sewage.
It's like man-sized holes, so like an inch or two?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's like they're hard to get through, and it makes it easy for the rats to just fucking multiply in there.
Run in, get their DoorDash,
Right.
have sex. Like that's what a lot of people did during COVID.
God, right? So France isn't really in a great position with the new hopeful capital being ground zero.
For the new bubonic plague.
Yeah, for bubonic.
It's bubonic plague
3, Return of the
2.0.
Plague. Yeah.
2.x.
Yeah, 2.x. Jesus. But yeah, they hire a group of rat hunters, and they tell them, look, for each rat that you kill, we'll pay you. It's not going to be great per rat.
Right.
Like we're talking pennies per rat.
Get the chunkla.
So yeah, right. And so what is it, like 1902, I think, when this first starts? 8,000 rats are killed within a week. It's a lot of fucking rats.
So that's 8,000 pennies were paid out.
Yeah,
so
so
80
good,
bucks?
$80. Yeah. A month later, they're killing about 4,000 rats a week, and they hit an
Damn.
all-time daily high of 20,000 in June.
That's a
they
rat-
killed 20,000 rats in one single day in June.
That's a ratacost.
Yeah, yeah. This is the genocide you guys
The
didn't
genocide
know about.
you didn't know about.
But yeah, like
Holy
when
shit.
you're killing numbers like this in June, you're like, okay, like you would think that if you have rat hunters over 2 months, they can probably clear up a good portion, and then they kill their highest number in 2 months later. They're like, this isn't really fucking working out the way
It's
that we
not
hoped.
working?
No,
There were
because they're
that
still
many
having
rats?
fucking rat problems. Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
These things are fucking multiplying like nobody's business.
That's a lot.
One hunter, one account was one had to enter the dark and cramped sewer system, make their way through the human waste in various forms of decay, hunt down a relatively fierce wild animal. Like these are Vietnamese
Yeah.
rats, dude.
They're vicious.
Which could be carrying fleas with bubonic plague or other contagious diseases. This is not even to mention the probable existence of numerous other dangerous animals, such as snakes, spiders, and other creatures in the sewage systems.
And you're being exposed to shit, which,
Yeah. And this is
has
just-
cholera
Yeah.
and E. coli and
And
all
this is
sorts
just
of
a
other shit.
small group of fucking hunters that are trying to do this. Like 20,000 rats in a day is a fucking feat. But that's like when you're only able to
Yeah.
get so far, they're all over.
Just buy some acid and dump it in the pipes.
Right. So France realizes that this isn't just a job for like one group of hunters. They go, maybe we can just get the whole town on board with this. Especially if the hunters aren't making a dent in the population of rats at all. So what they propose is 1 cent per rat is the bounty. They just have to turn in
Oh,
the
that was a
rat
good guess
tail.
for me earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's 100%. It makes sense
Yeah.
because you can still underpay the shit out of them and you fix your
But
rat
they're
problem.
poor, so
Yeah.
they'll take it.
Yeah, it's fucked. But they only have to turn in the rat tail to the municipal office,
So then all the rats started popping up without tails.
right? So the main reason that they were like, just turn in the tail is because they would get complaints from like French Quarter locals that were like, these hunters are walking down the street with like a carriage
200
of
rats.
dead fucking sewer rats. These guys are covered in human waste.
I would love to
Smells
see that.
like dead rats and shit, and they're dirty as hell walking down the street. And so these French bastards are like,
Do our dirty work, but don't be
ew,
dirty.
But don't be dirty in our main street.
Ugh.
So France says, all right, just bring us the tail. That way we don't have a bunch of fucking carcasses at our favorite little palace. We can't have dead rats all over the palace. We can't have that. So it's a huge success at this point. Like, rat numbers are kind of starting to decline. They're seeing a lot less of them.
Okay.
And
Payday's really stacking up.
yeah, there's so many fucking rat tails coming in.
You can make a bracelet.
Yeah. The rats aren't really able to keep up with the amount of locals that are just fucking slaughtering them. These people need fucking money, And
They're probably eating the rats because they need money.
Jesus, probably.
Like,
if we're being honest.
where else are the bodies going to go?
So a few weeks go by, and things are looking good. About a month goes by, and it's not that like the rat problem hasn't completely gone away. It's just changed a little bit. Because they still have a rat problem. It's just the ones that you're seeing in your pantries and running around the street don't have tails.
Oh my God, I called it.
Yeah.
So they're just turning in the tails.
Yeah. So
And letting
France,
them go to make more. It's a money printing scheme.
So France starts to realize that although they're paying for each tail, the bad rats are still fucking breeding. Like these big fucking rats, they're just throwing them back in. It's like what people do with lobster. You get one out that has a claws and it's known for breeding. They toss it back into the ocean.
Yeah, you chop off. You get 2 rats. You chop off their tail. Well, you make them fuck. You chop off their tails and then you return them.
Yeah,
and then they make 14 more rats that season on the low end.
Yeah,
in one birth cycle.
So,
and then that's 14 more tails.
Yeah, they find out that there are multiple people that are running rat breeding colonies in the native district.
Oh, so
They're
you don't
literally,
even need to catch them.
You don't even have
you
to.
Just breed
No. You don't put them back into circulation.
Yeah, you keep
You
them.
catch them, make them fuck. You make 6 rats
Holy
have a fucking hot
shit.
little orgy.
Little
These
rat
things are
orgies.
gonna dump out little babies.
Vietnamese
like
rat
nobody's
orgies.
business. Yeah.
And then you just chop off the tails.
Yeah.
And it scales.
Wait until they're big enough and you cut off their tails.
It's like mining a Bitcoin in 2013 and then using that to buy another, and then 5 years later using that to buy another graphics card, mining another Bitcoin, and then using that to buy 4 more graphics cards.
They're just scaling.
They're scaling really
and these
well.
people are running like rat breeding colonies. So France is like, fuck, shut it down right now.
They fucking deserve it.
Yeah, 100%. Doumer, however, is completely out of touch of this whole fucking
I
thing.
bet.
And
Well,
he's
still trying to push the income tax.
He's like, oh, we're cleaning up the streets. Fucking Hanoi is top tier. He completely ignores that the rat population has been steadily growing over the last month. And so he does this Hanoi expedition, more or less. He holds this big, grand, year-long event where it's Hanoi is now your go-to place for moving through the Eastern Pacific, more or less.
Yeah, stop by on
Yeah.
our way home on the
So
Titanic.
goods and cargo are flowing through Hanoi like fucking crazy.
And picking
more
up
and more
bubonic
people,
plague rats.
More and more people are showing up in Hanoi to live there because they're like, damn, I can make a lot of fucking money if I run the ports here, or I don't know,
Instead
own
of
a
touristy
fucking
shit.
sewage company. I don't know.
Sewage clearing company.
So yeah, more people are moving in.
I invented a rat net that you put over your toilet when you're not using it. It stops them from coming up.
That hasn't come up yet. But because more people are moving in, more toilets are being built.
More sewer.
Fucking rats are showing up.
Oh my god.
It is getting so fucking bad that within the year, 110 people die of bubonic plague.
Damn, that's impressive.
It's fucking awful. And this spreads for 3 more years.
Jesus Christ.
It ends up completely destroying one Vietnamese town's colony, their economy. So much so that Hanoi sees this enormous uptick in homeless people that are everything fucking shut down back home, and Hanoi's the only place where money's circulating, so I figure I'll just come beg to the French Quarter here.
If you're homeless, you go to the main cities because there are resources there.
Yeah.
You're not going to stick around Delta, Utah if you're homeless. Yeah. You're going to burn up in the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to go to Salt Lake or American Fork. I mean, they'll send you to Salt Lake. You can go to Ogden. Oh, they'll send you to Salt Lake. So
Texas will ship you to Chicago or Boston.
Yeah, exactly.
So these people move to the big hub.
Oh, I bet the French people love seeing all the homeless people.
They're thrilled. And over the next 3 years, a total of 263 people die of the bubonic plague.
Jeez.
Most of which, surprise, surprise, are in the native district because
That's where the shit is.
The
coming out.
hospital, like, you have to fucking walk through the French district to get to the hospital, and they sure as shit aren't going to be allowed to go through there. So news is getting out that France in 1906? 1906 is reviving the fucking bubonic plague in Vietnam. And
That's great.
It's bad fucking press. So France starts taking anti-pandemic measures, and they do what is basically the easiest fix for the fucking Black Death, and that's just start practicing regular hygiene.
What?
And initially, the native district hates it. They're like, don't push your French clean shit on us. You're going to push us out like you did
that
before.
The French are considered clean.
Yeah, I know. But they're like, you're going to push us out of this area too. And the French are like, no, we're trying. I promise this time we're actually doing something that will help you.
I don't blame them for not trusting them.
Right? So, yeah, it gradually over the next year or two ends the little mini plague that happened in Hanoi. Doumer, however, goes back to France. He succeeded for the most part in making Hanoi.
It's on the map.
It's well known.
It's a
whether
tourist
whether
trap.
it's for the plague or whether it's for opium.
Hey, any press is good press. Any press
it's
is
bringing
good press.
in fucking money. So he goes back to France. He ends up becoming the president of France in 1931. I shit you not.
I did not see that coming.
No. What you won't see coming is about a year later, he's hit by 2 stray bullets in an assassination attempt. One goes into his skull, the other into his armpit, and homeboy is the only French president in history to die by bullet.
Yeah, they tasted the bullet and they're like, this is a Vietnamese bullet.
Yeah, right.
It was a rat on the end. It was a team of 4 rats with a sniper rifle.
It was a team of 4 rats in a long overcoat.
In an overcoat, yeah.
So yeah, fuck Doumer.
Damn. Who killed him?
It was.
Was it related to this
I think
Vietnam
it was
thing?
A Russian dude, as
Oh.
far as I know. No, totally unrelated. to the
That would be
Vietnam
better.
thing. But it was just nice seeing that
That he died
he has
very
a
quickly.
notable fucking death.
No wonder he doesn't really stand out as big president of France.
He only lasted
Because
a
he
year.
only lasted, yeah. Holy shit. These, colonialism stories.
How badly they fuck him up.
Yeah,
I have
how
a couple.
badly they
I have a
fuck 'em up.
couple
I
lined up.
love them.
They're so great.
Because they are, you got to know, the thing about this podcast, dear viewer,
Dear viewer.
we're not racist or sexist or homophobic or anything. We talk shit on every country, every government, because they're all shit.
If you fuck it up, we'll let you know.
Yeah. Like
no holds
holy
barred
shit.
if you fuck the pooch.
Turns out colonialism, bad.
Colonialism and not caring about native people.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear about your story on Pressure Points eventually.
Yeah. If you treat indigenous people poorly, get ready.
We're gonna be breathing down your neck.
You can quote me,
Yeah.
Fox and
You
Friends,
You can take that to the bank, Tucker.
Mr. Carlson.
No, he doesn't deserve
No.
that treatment. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I
Top
love that
tier.
shit. I love that. So a lot of these stories, they end with oh yeah, he kind of went home, did this stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything really big for the rest of his life.
I was honestly hoping that he just got fired and he went back and everyone hailed him as a complete fucking idiot. But he somehow
it would have been
managed
better
to
if he
sweep,
died of bubonic plague.
He managed to
but-
sweep all of the plague stuff under the rug.
Yeah. But I love it when the end of the story is
Justice.
very anticlimactic, but justice.
Right.
There's so many words then he went and got a degree and wrote a book.
Yeah.
Boring. Like my last episode. No.
And
But
honestly, it's been pretty fucking nice to not do something that's so goddamn
That's so
dark.
heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That isn't just this one was an easy 45-minute write-up.
Yeah,
Easy
that's going to be
peasy,
my next one.
And it's
It's
fantastic.
going to be,
They're fun.
It's fun. It's fun sometimes to just do
some shit.
its own, self-contained thing. The last couple of my episodes have been like that, which has been really, really nice for my
chill, fun
brain.
little episode, so.
But, don't worry.
Yeah, well,
They'll
I'll
come
be
back.
bringing back some shit on Sarajevo
Butchers of
very
Bosnia.
soon. Yeah.
Very soon.
It shall be continuing. And I'll probably, up to this point, like, I'm starting to find more and more accounts of, like, different people, and I'm like, that's a whole episode. So there's a good chance that this is going to be, like, a 10-part, like, not this, but Butchers of
Doumer.
Bosnia will be, like, a fucking 10-part series. So it'll be spread out over the next couple of years.
See, we found Doumer's journal. We're going to be covering each entry as one episode.
Jesus Christ.
Today I ate some baguette and shit.
I'm sure the guy's got some fucking dirt on him before
I'm
he went
sure.
and after he got back.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you get exiled, it's not just because you're pushing an unpopular tax code.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure he fucked somebody's ugly wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it was that Russian dude who shot him.
Yeah,
It was his
he
wife.
came back.
They kept
goodness.
him away to protect him.
Yeah, right. That's true. They were like, we know he's coming after you.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
as always, if you are interested in getting an extra episode per month, I know we already tried to sell you guys on this earlier, but now if you weren't paying attention earlier, pay attention now.
Wake up!
Yeah,
Wake up!
We do an extra episode per month on our Patreon. We also have like 20 plus sloppy seconds episode. AJ is working on a series called Voices. I think he's got an episode up there.
Almost ready.
And yeah, your support gives us the ability to do a little bit more with every episode. I mean, we were able to get really nice mics, able to get a second monitor for the office. We're able to run ads to help us grow. So
we
your support
always,
is greatly
we've
appreciated.
talked about a couple of times, like, oh, we're doing stuff behind the scenes. And you don't really see a lot of that because a lot of it, it's not like we're creating a tangible product behind the scenes. It's just we're improving the process or, just analyzing how we've been recording and tweaking it and stuff like that. So it's not always super obvious, but this is super impactful.
And goddamn, money is a very nice motivating factor to making a good episode. So,
I'm passionate because I like it, but no, I'm just kidding.
But we really do appreciate you guys' support. You got those sweet names?
Oh yeah. Hold on, you moved the screen, so I got to lean a little more. So the board, we've got these are the chair people of the board. I really should have thought that through. Mini D, Nordic Thunder, Toddle Waddle, and Weston. Thank you guys so much. They, they're the big shots around here.
Because we weren't really ever expecting more
that's
than
true.
one.
These guys are the hidden hand Illuminati of pressure points.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to start doing that, like really weird.
Instead of it being a
metaphors.
triangle, it's an upside down square. So it's
So
a regular
just a
square,
square.
but
But it's upside
down, so it's different.
We'll have a comparison. This is a regular square. This is a square upside down.
This
know
is
the
an
difference.
Illuminati square. A pressure point's Illuminati square.
But yeah, thank you guys.
Update your addresses.
Update your addresses, please. And of course, we've got Abby, AJ's Third Nut, Thomas, Dark Runner, D's Nuts, and Laura Revo. Thank you guys so much for, sticking around, helping us out.
I can fuck with you now.
Yeah, I unfortunately allowed D to have his own mouse. And yeah, we talked about it.
I'm gonna fuck with all the editing and everything now.
What editing?
Yeah. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for helping us out, and for those of you that are still listening, always feel free to reach out to us if you have show ideas, movies, books, fucking TV shows, any kind of recommendation. By all means, send it over to us at our Instagram at pointsopressure. Or feel free to reach out to us in our email, ppdnaj@gmail.com, and we will catch you guys next Monday. Thanks for tuning in.
I forgot to clock out at work.